Hi everyone and welcome to Uncanny J-Men. I'm Jade and today I'm answering a question that has been asked for a while now, and I've been seeing it all over discussion forums, and I've had an answer myself for this question for a while, and I've wanted to answer it, but we've just had so much content coming out that I haven't gotten a chance to make this video when there's so many Pixar, Disney, Marvel, Star Wars, so many things coming out. I just wanted to take some quick time to actually answer the question, who needed to die or who should have died to get the Soul Stone between Hawkeye and Black Widow?
I guess we both know who it's gotta be.
I guess we do.
So first, let's talk about the motivations for each of the characters and why they were going to sacrifice themselves for the Soul Stone. Hawkeye, he went through a dark time. After his family got snapped out of existence, he went on a tirade as Ronin, killing a lot of bad guys, but still brutally killing a lot of people. And so he was ready, because he felt like he had nothing left, that his family were all gone, and that he would sacrifice himself because there was no one else left. So it would be easy. It would be an easy choice for him to sacrifice himself. He also, he did want to protect Nat. He didn't want Nat to sacrifice herself when she had so much going for her as well. But he was down a dark path, and he was like, it has to be me. I've lost everything. It has to be me.
You know what I've become.
On the other hand, Black Widow, she had an interesting development over time, and she was willing to sacrifice herself for multiple reasons, including that if everything goes right, that Hawkeye's family will be back, and that they'll need their father back. Also, she's gone through a long development in her time in Avengers movies and Iron Man movies, where we learn about the red in her ledger and how she has a dark past as well, similar to Ronin. But over time, she also learned that she has family. And not only I'm talking about the Black Widow movie that we learn later, but also that the Avengers themselves become like a family to her. And while that is also pretty true about Hawkeye, we definitely see that the relationship between Nat and the Avengers kind of become a little bit different than Hawkeye and the Avengers. So we see that Hawkeye kind of has less attachments as a whole at this point, but if everything goes right, he'll have his family back. Nat will still have her friends that are acting as family. Either way. So there's kind of still that balance of like, if it doesn't work out, should Nat have been alive and Hawkeye dead? If it does work out, should Hawkeye be alive and Nat dead? So like there's this balancing act there of who actually should sacrifice themselves for getting that Soul Stone. So they both have reasons. As I said, there's a balancing act here. They both have legitimate reasons that really either of them, if they sacrifice themselves, and obviously there's a big fight to determine who gets to sacrifice themselves, it seems like it would be fine either way. So then how do we determine who should have died? We can look at the impact to the movies of what would happen if Hawkeye died and they succeeded and Nat continued on as Black Widow. What would that look like? Well, she kind of took on the leadership role during the blip where she was commanding people and she was kind of losing some faith there.
The last 5 years I've been trying to do one thing, get to right here. That's all it's been about, bringing everybody back.
But that was all the world she knew. So after everyone came back and everything, what would she be doing? Would she be trying to still lead the Avengers? Would she retire? It's hard to see any Avenger ever retire, to be honest, like legitimately retire, not die or get time traveled or whatever else it may be. But with Hawkeye alive, obviously we've gotten the Hawkeye TV show from it, and we could have had a Black Widow TV show if she had survived, and maybe the movie would still exist. We get to learn more of her background, but then we get to continue with her afterwards, so that movie that comes out after she dies maybe has more impact in the further MCU. Other than it did introduce 2 additional characters that are carrying forward a lot more as well, with Yelena and Red Guardian. But also, we can't really know. You know, like we could theorize how much they would have been involved in where Nat would be, what Hawkeye would do, what Hawkeye's family would do if Hawkeye was the one who sacrificed himself instead. But really, it doesn't matter. Like, as I was going through this, I realized that it does not matter what their motivations were, in a way, because the motivations themselves may negate the ability for the Soul Stone to have been obtained in the first place. What are the requirements to get the Soul Stone? That's the important question that goes after all of these motivations. What is the requirements to get the Soul Stone? And it is written, the Red Skull at the end of the universe, that Vormir, he states it, that it's like a soul for a soul, and you must lose the one you love in order to get the Soul Stone. I know that's not the exact quote. I'll probably play the quote right here.
In order to take the stone, you must lose that which you love. A soul for a soul.
So lose that which you love, a soul for a soul. So that's two requirements. One is soul for soul. I feel like it's as close to uninterpretable, like, or there's not various interpretations there. It's a soul for a soul. Someone has to lose their life, lose their soul to get the Soul Stone. With Thanos, we see him and Gamora is the one thing he truly loves still. And so he pushes Gamora off to give a soul, and it is the one he loves. So he pushed her off because he's sacrificing the one he loves. And it's a soul. It's a person's life. And gets the Soul Stone because of it. Let's look at how things happened between Hawkeye and Black Widow. They fight to sacrifice themselves. That's important. That's very important. It's not one choosing to push the other one off. It's them choosing to sacrifice themselves. That begs the question then, if you're sacrificing yourself, there's a soul. We've got the soul check mark on that. There's soul either way. Sacrificing the one you love, losing that which you love. Who's doing the sacrificing? So if you're sacrificing yourself, Nat is sacrificing herself. Hawkeye sacrificing himself. The problem here, Hawkeye doesn't love himself anymore. He has gotten to the point, because of Ronan and the things he's done, he even says it himself, that he's got nothing left, that there's no one, like, he's done, he's over, he does not like who he is. He's just on a vengeance tirade, and that was it. So could he have sacrificed himself, not loving himself, to get the Soul Stone? I don't see that as a possibility here. Whereas Nat, Black Widow, she has learned over time to get past the red in her ledger. That she has family, she has friends, she has all these things that she built towards all this time. Her sacrificing herself, she does love herself. She's sacrificing all of these relationships. She's showing that this is her ultimate redemption because she loves those around her and she loves herself at this point. Whereas Hawkeye, if Nat pushed him off, that would have worked. But him sacrificing himself would not have worked because he does not love himself at that point. It's a sad way to look at it, but the rules are the rules when it comes to the Soul Stone. It's pretty set in stone, pun intended a little bit there, but it's set in stone because we know that even with another snap bringing everyone back, you can't bring back those who are lost in the Soul Stone. It's forever trade. So this is the biggest sacrifice that can be done. Essentially, Black Widow is gone. This Black Widow is gone. I mean, granted, Marvel, comics, movies, everything, you can always bring people back, alternate versions of them from other universes, time travel, but that Nat that they know is gone. The one that they love, the one that's had all these same experiences as them, that they know have had those experiences, is gone. And Hawkeye gets to live. Luckily, they succeed, and Hawkeye gets his family back. But even if that wasn't the case, if Hawkeye had sacrificed himself, Nat would have just been standing at the edge, She would not have woken up in the water with the soul stone, or gotten the soul stone in any way, gone to the soul realm and gotten the soul, like, it would have just been her standing at the ledge being like, what's supposed to happen now? And then Hawkeye would have died for nothing, because again, it's the sacrifice of themselves. They had the right motivations of why they're okay with sacrificing themselves, but Hawkeye's sacrifice would not have worked with the rules set forth by the Soul Stone. Thank you for watching this video that I've wanted to do for a while, talking about why it had to happen the way it did. If you agree with me, let me know, because this has been a conversation on forums for a long time now, since the movie came out, and got renewed again when Black Widow, the movie, was coming out. But let me know, not just do you think I'm right, but who do you think should have sacrificed themselves? Should it have been Hawkeye? Do you disagree with me and think, no, just should have gotten rid of Hawkeye? He was done. He had Ronin. He did all the horrible things. Get rid of him. Or do you think it should have been and did and could only have ever been Black Widow? Let me know below, and please like, subscribe to see more. We have theory videos every Monday, and while shows are coming out on Disney Plus, we will also have recordings of our discussions, or breakdowns, and what the shows themselves are doing. Usually every Friday those come out when shows air on the Thursday. So please like, subscribe, hit that bell button for more notifications. And thank you for watching.